happy to be live with you and rolling on our pre-recorded camera for another episode of MCM. Hands, please. Prayer hands. Insert prayer emojis. Money, Church, Mondays. We try to do this every Monday as frequently as possible. This is the spirituality of economics. How to live rich in real life, right? That means in our true, everyday, who you touch and feel person, not the one we snap and we selfie and we filter, or you tune, or you Photoshop, or you just, again, portray a mood or portray a person who you are not really in real life. This is about the spirituality, economics, and how we live rich, not meaning bling bling, not meaning even wealth, not meaning assets, not meaning balling out, not that rich, but how we live rich, meaning currency. We're living at a high currency, a high frequency, high vibration, how we live rich in real life. This is because anyone can teach you how to flip a house or find an ROI, or how to boost your credit score, or how to live financially rich. One of the hardest tasks that we have as aspiring legacy builders or entrepreneurs, one of the hardest tasks we have is tapping into our purpose, living a purpose-filled life, operating at a high energy, like with your light being bright, light being on. You can be financially wealthy, financially stable, but be miserable in real life. And so what this is about is not about, I believe that there's a vibration, there's a frequency out there. I believe in spirituality. I believe in energy outside of religion. It's not about what you name a God or how you see God, the universe, the creator, Allah, Jehovah, right? Mother Earth. Like, it's not about that. But it's about realizing that in our real lives, there is energy is real. Well, we can't see. And frequency is real. And good and bad, and darkness and light, and evil and purposeful, all that shit is real. And through my journey, having been financially rich and being currency poor and being frequency poor in my journey, I've gotten to see what kind of peace of mind and peace of spirit you can have when you're obedient to God, you're walking in your purpose, and you are turning your light on, right? That's what this is about. This is about turning your inner light on. Like, I'm talking about no matter what you can try to portray online, who you really are, your true spirit. The spirit doesn't lie. And your spirit man will manifest through your physical man and through your physical man or woman's actions, right? So no matter who someone puts on to be, no matter who they show you on camera that they are, their works through their physical man is going to show what kind of frequency and what kind of vibrations they're on. You can see anybody, and I just being frank, I curse on Money Church Monday, so we're going to keep it that way. Fuck who it is. You could take anybody and they could portray to be a Christian or a pastor or a bishop or be a real one and all that. But when you're around them, their energy will tell you if they operate out of a spirit of love, or they operate out of a spirit of envy or jealousy or a spirit of hate or a spirit of grumpiness or a spirit of, right? You could tell someone's really a servant. And I'm not talking about everybody got an opportunity to be in a bad mood, right? So you might get around a particular influencer or a leader or a pastor or whomever, and they got a bad mood once or twice. But if that is their consistent vibe, their consistent frequency, their consistent energy is just one of darkness, you can feel it. You can feel it on people. You can feel who are the good people. And you can feel who are the people on their bullshit no matter what they tell you. Because all of, when you watch them, when you study them, it's not a light coming off of them. Right? And so Money Church Monday, we use from time to time Bible verses, etc. From any good book. So we use the Bible many times to kind of build on our lesson and sermon for tonight. I say I'm Pastor Dr. Reverend J.D. Morrison, and this is our church, right? The spirituality, economics, how to live rich in real life. Money Church Monday, every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Boom, tune in. So tonight I got a verse though I want to build on because in my real life, when Kobe and his daughter and that incident happened, I was in a lounge, I was in a restaurant, and I found the news that Kobe died. And it was like, oh, snap. It was like that feeling like, damn, what? Kobe, no, right? I think the next day, a brother of ours, a comrade of ours, he's one of my clients, but he's a brother in our fight for liberation and economic development. And he's a partner in a Tulsa real estate fund. King Jakumi hit me. He's like, I won't give the whole private message, but he let me know that his young son passed, right? His young son passed, and rest in peace, King Az, right? So I'm like, okay, that energy was all crazy for me. Then there was other energy going on with my family. One of my close relatives is going through a big transition. I don't have to give all his family beings, but a big, transition, and it's been weighing down on the family, right? So I got that energy. And then just all these different energies, and what I've realized through just like listening to some words, Sarah Jakes, to Bishop Bryant, Jamal H. Bryant, it's a bishop, but Dr. Jamal H. Bryant, my pastor, etc., and just reflecting and praying. I pray every night for revelation, guidance, understanding, wisdom, right? And so just getting aligned, meditating, and getting aligned, I've realized that none of this drama and the attacks on my family, like my family's been attacked, like, you know what I mean? Like my last name, my legacy, my family, my wife, like we're constantly being attacked. And we some loving, servant, like real, genuine, like honest people. Like you could, I don't even have to convince you, like it'll, you ever get around me, it'll show, like it's my light be on. I don't, I'm not into the BS. I'm not into the dark energy and the dark light and all that. Like I'm really like, solid. Like we hold an accountability not to Instagram. I hold an accountability to God. Like I don't do bullshit. Like I don't care what somebody tell you that they might try to perpetrate that I have done or do. I'm not saying I've been perfect in life, but I own up to my imperfections, and I always try to atone for my mistakes, right? And I just don't live a life of BS not because of y'all, because karma's real, energy's real. And this verse and how I want to break this down, this verse to you is going to help paint the picture for you to be able to judge what's real and what's fake, what's light and what's dark, what's good and what's evil. Like that shit exists in real life. And when you have attacks that are happening on your life, not just me, it's about you and your everyday walk, and as you're chasing alignment, as you're chasing the highest frequency and a higher frequency and getting closer, like when you say closer to God, it's not like some mythical church thing, closer to God, like living a life that is closest aligned to God's will for your life, right? Like finding out what's your purpose. Why are you here? Why did God give you the gifts and talents, the testimony, the obstacles you have? Like what's your means of serving? What's your mean of participating in a whole, that whole thing, human good. So when you find God's call and God's reason, what you're anointed or ordained to do, which would be either your own vision or supporting someone else's vision, right? So whatever that is, as you find that thing and you're searching for higher energy, there's going to be contradicting energies. Like the devil be on his full-time job. Like that good and evil shit is real, right? And so as you on your path and your bike to like constantly evolve and constantly improve, you're going to be tested, and those tests or come in the forms of distractions. Those tests will come in the form of, it could be underhanded distractions or covert distractions or, very obvious distractions. But anything to take you off fulfilling your purpose, your destiny, what God has called you to do, all of that's going to be thrown at you. And this verse, Ephesians 6:12, right, says, I used to hear this verse in church, and I never liked this verse. I just felt like it was like too many big words. And, it was just like, all right, I get it, but like, it's real out here. But this verse means so much as I've matured and evolved, because I know and you can see it with every good person that we know. Think about a good person. There has been no good person or leader, man or woman, black or white, or anything in between, that has not had forces of evil, of darkness, contradicting their positive trajectory energy. Like none of the ones we love. Everybody loved Muhammad Ali, but Muhammad Ali was getting dragged. Everybody loves Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He was getting dragged. And I don't mean by white people. or white supremacists or white nationalists or Nazis. I'm talking about by other black people. Thought they were dragging Dr. King. Malcolm X, dragged. Elijah Muhammad, dragged. Did you know that Marcus Garvey and W.E.B. Du Bois were beefing? And he was trying to drag Dr. King and vice versa. And all. Like, yo, there's no good force that will not meet opposition. Like we see it from the time we were in cartoons watching He-Man and what's his name? Grayskull. It's forever. There's forever the forces of good and evil. There's forever the light and the dark, right? So this verse, Ephesians 6:12 says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. It ain't about people. The people that's opposing you are just the physical manifestation of the energy and the light or lack of they carry. There's no way you could be just opposing someone all day, every day, and have your light on. Your energy is in a dark place. Like it's not positive. It's not uplifting. It doesn't get you charged, right? There's certain music we listen to, movies we can watch, right? You can watch a Netflix series and binge out and then be on some old evil shit, some old killing, evil, crazy, witchcraft, whatever, right? You ever watch one of those series? Your mood will be totally different. Your energy waking up the next day. If you go Netflix and you go binge watch a movie about darkness and dark energy, your energy, I guarantee you, is going to be different at the end of the night, probably through your dreams and your subconscious, and definitely the next day. You would feel different than if you watched the uplifting, lighthearted, inspirational content and binge watch that. You're going to feeling what I tell you. You're going to feel like Superman. So it's like light energy reflects light energy. Dark energy, it keeps reflecting and recycling dark energy. And so our goal in being rich in real life, again, rich is not about money, it's about currency, vibrations, frequency. Our goal is to constantly live on a high vibration, a high energy, a high frequency. So the people that we encounter, we're not wrestling against them. Like the bloggers, the trolls, the this one, the that one, the bad, whoever. That's not who we're literally wrestling against. It's our light is wrestling against their darkness. Their darkness, it feels a responsibility to try to shit on our light. Because they just dark inside. Hurt people. It makes them feel better. Because if they can make your soul dark, if they can do something to provoke you, to make you act dark, dark just won. If a dark man, knowing I'm light, my light shines. My light shines on every block, every corner, every video, everything. My light shines. Been shining, light been on. Not a year, 2 years and change, new Instagram guy, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. No, decades, my light been on. And so if my light shines, and this dark person or people or principality and powers, if they're trying to constantly douse my light, if that's their job is to douse my light, but my light shining, and because mind you, good light, when good light see good light and good light can have a little beef. Good light and good light can still not be on the same page and be aligned. But good light and righteousness operating out of the same spirit can always figure out how to get through the BS without darkness. Because we both light. See, if you're both really light can see light and be off and because light don't want the dark. So light tries to stay away from the dark. But if the dark person can provoke the light person to get on a dark side, the dark just won. So it's our job, right? It's our job to keep our light shining no matter what obstacles come our way, because the job of the darkness is to dim our light. How do you dim our light? By making us go dark. The dark dims the light by making you go dark. It's your choice to never go dark and stay light and keep your light on. So it says, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, which are places. That's the word I hated in church. I mean, I like the word. It sounds cool, but it's just like, what are y'all talking about? Principalities, places. I looked it up. Places ruled by princes or monarchs. Against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. We wrestle against spiritual wickedness in high places. Not everyone does. Some people, they wallow in, they are partners in, they are comrades with the spiritual wickedness in high places. They're not wrestling. It's only the light that's wrestling with the dark. The dark is turned up with the dark. They over there jamming, they partying. That's their vibe. That dark, trust me, I'm from the hood, I know. I've been around dark. I've been dark in my life before. I grew up dark. I grew up around dark powers. And I know what that's like. I know what that's like when someone's just evil and abusive and just wants to tear down and just wants to burden and just wants to dim light. I grew up in an environment, I grew up in spaces where people were trying to break me and dim my light. I know what that looks like. And then eventually dark had won for a phase of my life where I was with the bullshit. I was with the dark shit all day, every day. But there comes a point when you become obedient to God and you find your calling and you understand and you get rid of that demon, that dark demon. I had to cry it out. I had to pray it out. I had to really work on me to get it out. And I never want to go back there. I never want to be in that space. And so it's work for us to do. Part of that work is understanding what we're working against and what's working against us. It ain't people. It ain't your job. It ain't your friends. It ain't your baby mama. It ain't your baby daddy. It's not your ex or whomever. It's not them. Sometimes it's you because you in your dark bag. And so you get in dark because you give in dark. And sometimes it's them because they in a dark bag, but your light ain't bright enough. So you let them dim you quick. See, the stronger you make your light, you can run into all the dark shit and still be on your light shit. If your light is really rooted in the right stuff. If your light's not rooted, someone could be petty with you, and it's hard to take the mature or high road or the light road, the high frequency, the rich road. We all can get sucked in, right? All get sucked into the pettiness. All get sucked into the gossip. All get sucked in. So what I'm trying to teach us is, no, we keep our light on and we keep doing the light's work. The light's work will always shine. Darkness can't live where there is light. Darkness can only live in darkness. So the only way someone with darkness can shine, is the light goes dark. Other than that, the darkness can never win. The darkness can go troll all day. The darkness can blog all day. The darkness can whisper and gossip on your job all day. The darkness can fire you. The darkness can try to abuse you. The darkness can try to emotionally abuse you, physically abuse you, sexually abuse you. But the only time the darkness actually will win is when you let your whole light go out. If you continue to work on your light, it'll outshine all the darkness. So if we understand what we're working against, and we understand these people are just vehicles of the bullshit, they're committed to the darkness. It's nothing you can say to even outlove them, to hug them, to apologize, until they're ready to work on themselves and align themselves and get rich themselves. And start operating at a higher frequency and get past their bullshit and their trauma and their drama they're dealing with that they're trying to project on the world. A dark person is only dealing with dark issues that if a dark person is around light and positive, they're uncomfortable in their own darkness. And so what darkness needs to create more darkness or it can't survive. When you see people that's always negative, they gotta always be negative because they can't survive in positive. It feels fucked up to them. Why people have toxic relationships, even with their family, with their women, with their whomever. I used to be like that. I used to try to mess up every good relationship I had because I hated that good shit. I know. I'm not talking to blame people. I know. I used to be like that. Anything that felt too good for too long, I wanted to destroy it in real life. It felt good for too long and I ain't like the good shit. There's people out there living just like that today in 2020. They see light, they see love, they see unconditional love, they see service, and they don't like that good shit. Too much good shit over there. I gotta put some dark on that. I gotta muddy them waters a little bit. Water's too pure. Water's too clean. And then we go buy into the bullshit. Ephesians 6:12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, people, but against principalities, places ruled by people, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Spiritual wickedness, spiritual frequency, spiritual currency, but wicked spiritual currency. Check this out though. Darkness. The definition of darkness is a total absence of light. A total absence of light. Then I looked at, it also says for darkness, a lack of spiritual or intellectual enlightenment. Ignorance. This is the definition for darkness. It's a lack of light or a lack of spiritual or intellectual enlightenment. Ignorance. Now, definition of ignorance, someone that's unaware or who is intentionally ignores the facts or disregards the facts. So, have you ever had a debate with a family member or friend or someone other, and there's a clear blue fact, and this person in their ignorance, right, in their intentional ignoring or disregarding the facts, will argue you down about something that you know you just really proven, like, bro, this top is black, and they really like, but nah, it's really not black, and they just want to be ignorant about it, like someone who just intentionally ignores all that pettiness, that disregard of fact, that ignorance is all, and I'm talking about even bigger things, all from a dark place. Like where you look at somebody and you know they're just lying to you, and you know they're lying, but like, I'm gonna keep lying anyway. I'm gonna just keep lying. That's darkness. That's a lack of spiritual enlightenment, the lack of intellectual enlightenment. It's the ignorance, intentional ignorance. People know that they can act better towards others. People know that they can raise and elevate their frequency. People know that. But they intentionally choose not to. Because if you're operating in a dark place and you never dealt with your stuff, the only thing that feels good is to stay in a dark place. The light don't feel good. So if that means you got to be ignorant about it, that means you got to be nasty about it, that means you have to intentionally avoid actual facts, you're going to do all what you got to do just to be ignorant about your bullshit. Because you enjoy that space and all that light shit turns you off, literally. All the light turns the darkness off. The darkness ain't feeling that. They don't even want to be around them high spirits, that high frequency. So as we're maneuvering through our everyday lives as legacy builders, entrepreneurs, and even those who are wage earners, but still legacy builders. Like you don't have to be an entrepreneur to be a legacy builder. There's all types of ways to build legacy, even through supporting someone's vision, working a job. But as we're going through all this, and as death may occur around us, and as accidents may turn around us, and illness may occur around us, and all types of bad vibes and bad wishes occur around us, what has helped me these last few days, and that's why I love to do this Money Church Monday, honestly, it is part of my work, part of my service, part of my commitment and obedience, is if God gave me ability to kind of translate, and I've been through many of these things in my life, I'm just trying to drop some gems. I'm not really, a pastor, right? In that way, but I do have a ministry, and I do have a calling from God, and I do have a responsibility. And if I can translate and give you all some game that I got, like that's what I was thinking about my wife, and I was thinking about just a lot of the work that we've done, just things you know, things you don't know behind the scenes, and just really like loving on our people and repairing our people, and even loving our people past their bullshit and past their trauma and past all that. It is it's like a full-time job, but it's like, if you're not willing to really exude unconditional love, especially within our community, and for those who are not of my community, of my community, if you're not willing to exude unconditional love, and that means what I believe the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said is loving our people greater than they hate themselves. If you can't love our people greater than they hate themselves and greater than they may hate you, that's the hardest thing we can do, but the most powerful thing we can do. is loving our people even greater than they may hate you, knowing that, because it's not them. It ain't really them, the person. It's their darkness that really just wants to like put some stain on your light. It's not really them though. It's like them that's traumatized because they ain't dealt with that dirty spirit. And so us on the light side, on the rich side, on the high frequency side, we got to figure out a way to protect ourselves from all the dark BS, but also not go dark in doing it and still be a light to them when doing it. Because everybody's on the dark side could really have a inspiration, a vision, or an epiphany, a revelation, and change overnight. That same person dissing you today could be like, you know what, bro? All right, man, I was on my bullshit. I know. Please forgive me. I was on my bullshit. And the light could win. Just like that. So, you know, and I've seen it happen over and over again. Like, yo, love is the ultimate power. Love is like the ultimate energy. And that's what that light is. That light is like walking in love. It's like walking in like a spirit of servitude. It's like walking in like, I'm talking about love as an action word, like patience. Walking in like empathy. Walking in, you know, so it's like the closer and closer we can get there while still maintaining and living, you know, a successful or healthy life, right? Like, so it's like the closest we can get to walking in our highest spirit, our highest energy, which is like basically like, and I don't mean like sucker kind of love. I definitely don't mean like romantic kind of love. I don't mean like you be a pushover either. But love where there's an ultimate level of empathy, ultimate level of understanding, ultimate level of patience. Like as far as we can go there, that keeps our light on. But it starts with you, then it starts with the relationships you have, then it starts with your family, then it starts with your community, and then the nation and the world. But I just feel like our job on the rich side is just try to like push ourselves there, as frustrating as it can be, as much of a headache as it can be, as burdensome as it can be, to like bear on the darkness of other people and have to still be the light in the process. It's the job that we have, and it's tough work, but that's the job we have. It's the job of every great martyr, every great leader, every great prophet, every great servant. It's that job, man, you gotta take on. Yo, you can't be a big light and not expect dark attacks. It just don't happen in this world. It's not how it's set up, right? So I want you all to stay encouraged as you, two things. I want everyone to stay encouraged, but I also want everyone to honestly self-reflect and really give yourself, and you gotta be honest with yourself. See, that's the bullshit. When you can't be honest with yourself, that's the intentionally ignoring the facts, dark shit. Where you lie in the mirror and try to say to yourself, like, yo, I'm really a good one. When you know you're not really on your good shit. When you know those intentions are not really as pure as you profess they to be. So the first thing we all have to do is like honestly self-reflect. And then honestly adjust and atone and elevate and evolve, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to evolve to a new place and be a new you. Like, don't be scared to be on the good side. Like, it's like, it's the right side. It's like where you're supposed to be, high frequency. You're not supposed to be low in the dirt. You're not supposed to be low in the BS. Like, that's for the snakes and rodents and rats of the world. Like, they on the ground. Eagles fly high, right? So we want to be at our highest frequency, but it only happens through honest self-reflection, right? You have to, what my 4 E's are. Everyone can take this note. I was supposed to like actually write something, but I didn't. So I'll write this little lesson for us. My 4 E's that I teach, and all our students get it within the Jay-Morrison-Academy, I'm going to give it to you all today, are 4 E's of excellence. First E, evaluate. Essentially what I'm saying, you got to evaluate yourself, but you have to honestly evaluate yourself. I'm a big component of that. It keeps you honest. It keeps you maturing. You got to be your own biggest critic, but you also need to evaluate yourself and be your own best fan. Don't only beat up on yourself and say what you're not doing right, but never be willing to say, yo, I'm the shit. I killed that. Right? You can beat yourself up. You damn sure can pat yourself on the back. You got to be able to evaluate yourself and do both, but you have to be honest about your flaws, your mistakes, and what kind of energy are you operating within. So you got to evaluate. Eliminate. We got to eliminate the bad people, places, things, and habits that we allow into our life and that we engage with. You evaluate yourself You see where your deficiencies are, where your flaws are. Then you eliminate those flaws, deficiencies, those people, those habits, those environments that have you in a dark space, whether that be whatever your trap might be, your corner trap or your corporate trap or your college trap or just your relationship trap or wherever it is. You eliminate those things. You then evolve to that newer you. Your frequency evolves. Your frequency elevates. So essentially you evaluate, eliminate, and you elevate. You evolve or elevate, and then you execute this new you. That means you walk it out. That's why I say in real life. Like I literally got to live that in real life. Like it just can't be for the gram. It just can't be for Facebook or YouTube. Like I can't say I love my people, but then I go disrespect my people. I can't say I love my people, but I see a queen walking by me because she's homeless or may not be looking as polished. I don't say, peace, queen, or what's up, queen. I can't say I love my people and I see kings on the corner and I got the means right there. My spirit says go, and then I don't give them the dollar or the water or the half of the sandwich or my leftovers from the steakhouse. When my spirit says go, doesn't mean you gotta do it every time, but when your spirit and your energy says go serve, you gotta go serve if that's really who you're saying that you are. Right? So I can't say I love my people and I cheat my people or I steal from my people or I fraud my people. So anyone that ever says that about me, that would mean that everything that I ever stand on, everything that I ever built, everything that I ever done is a total hypocrisy and a lie. And that's not the case. That's not reality in real life. There's no way me personally, Jermaine D. Morrison, Jay Morrison, Maine, from 3rd and Center off 10th and Springfield, went through a life of in the streets and in prison of having integrity, of record being clean, of paperwork being good, of name being good, that I would get into this space. So in serving evil, using my superpowers for evil and darkness in the world, there's no way I would have integrity then. And then now come into an enlightened space, an obedient space, an assigned and anointed space, and then start doing bullshit. It don't work like that. That's not even my life. It's not even my frequency. And that shows through my work, not just my words. It shows repetitively, like long history. So anyway, we all got to constantly execute and walk out this us. And then constantly go back to evaluating. This is a daily, it's a weekly. It's like doing the self-work. The people that you see that are dark are people that they refuse to do the self-work, refuse to get counseling or therapy for the self-work. They refuse to deal with their shit. They don't think it's cool. They just don't want to go down that road. They got it all figured out, but all they're doing is lashing out dark to the world. That's all they're doing. When they got superpowers. I got people that's making up some blogs and pages about me that I would love to hire to do my positive PR. They do so much great negative PR on me. I wish I could hire them for the positive PR. Y'all got superpowers. Queen E, you got superpowers. You made that fake page, and ain't got that many followers yet, but you got superpowers. Like you on me, I get it, but you're using your superpowers for the wrong thing, Queen. Like, it don't gotta be that. Like this love right here, you know what I'm saying? Like we all have to be able to use our gifts and use our powers as best we can for light. For what the actual is real light, not like made up light, not like narrative spin light, but like, no, real light, real progression, real work, like real love. Like love, like someone should be able to look at somebody's page or behaviors and be like, yo, I see love right there. Like in their work, in their videos, in their streets, in their whatever, in their day-to-day transactions, touching, feeling somebody, I should be able to feel like, yo, I feel some love on that person. Like sometimes I should feel some love on that person. Like, and I should see love in works and love in actions and not just love in good narrative and love in good jargon and all that. But like I should be able to see the love and feel the love, you know? And so I just think that we all gotta just do that work, man, and figure out like, yo, if we own our bullshit, it's like, why am I on my bullshit? And that'd be hard to deal with sometimes. But we gotta get to that and then be like, all right, I'm gonna get off my bullshit, my dark shit, and let me figure out how to, just get in a different space. Like, why stay there? We ain't gotta stay there. None of us gotta stay dark. We really don't. We gotta strap up and we gotta deal with our trauma, our drama, You know what I'm saying? And get to a place where we operate in rich. And it ain't about money, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this is Money Church Monday. This Monday, I understand that as we all grow in light and influence, particularly me, as I serve my purpose and I go and I continue this walk. 2012, God asked me to take care of my people and I'll take care of you. Well, it was a kind of a exchange he kind of gave me that I committed to since 2012. And I've been doing that, right, through all my work. Started with Hip Hop to Homeowners and high school assemblies and then on to other service and purpose-driven work and political activism, different things. But I realized that, just again, this was a kind of summation, I realized that this is not about the gram, and it's not about like celebrity, and it's not about influence, and it's not about verified checks, and it's not about funds, and it's not about businesses, it's not about social entrepreneurship, it's not about making history, it's not even about legacy. It's actually about living in light, living in love. It's actually about a spiritual battle. It's a war going on. And God, there's so many times in my life where I know God brought me through these circumstances, through the streets, multiple times in multiple cities, through different prisons, through bankruptcy, through foreclosure, through business this, business that, or abuse, or personal this, or personal that, divorce, like whatever, right? Like stuff from my, daughters, like life, like life that we all go through. God didn't give me this endurance and this testimony in all this for no reason. He didn't do it for me to, I just realized that all that was to build character and endurance. I believe that the pressure that we're under and the pressure that we went through is all to prepare us for our purpose. And my pastor, Dr. Jamal H. Bryant, said that this Sunday. I'm not going to take credit for that. He said the pressure that you go through is all to prepare you for your purpose. And I believe that all the pressure that I've endured and will continue to endure, like it ain't going nowhere. Like I know it's going to get turned up. The more my light shines, the more the dark going to turn up on me and turn up on us who are of that frequency and who support what we really doing in real life to uplift our community. The more that light shines, it's going to be, so we got to accept that and we got to walk into that. But we also have to stay spiritually aligned and spiritually rooted and spiritually encouraged. So my wife and I talked about today is that we got to stay spiritually fed, spiritually encouraged, and around the right spiritual atmosphere and people and right light atmosphere in order for us to, stay shining and stay shining bright, regardless of any of that, right? We got to keep shining bright. And I think that that's what all our journeys and testimonies about. It's about how do we fight through whatever our current circumstance is to get into a space where we lit and rich. I'm talking about lit being like a beam of light that shines towards and on others and for others. Like, how do we become that? Like, is your light? That's your question tonight as we wrap. Everybody ask yourself in the mirror tonight, if everybody could do that. Real mirror. Or I don't even want you to do camera phone because it's like the eye contact ain't the same. I need real mirror. Old school, bathroom mirror, dresser mirror, whatever it is. I need everybody to get a mirror tonight and ask yourself, is my light shining to the fullest of my capacity? Like, am I lit? Am I shining my light on others and for others? Like, that's what I want everybody to ask yourself. Like, really, like, man, am I just shining for me? Am I just shining for my daughter and my son? Am I really shining my light towards others and for others? Like, that's our question. And if we don't have enough for others or to others in that answer, let's all be intentional about, how can I shine more to help somebody else on my journey achieve whatever obstacles or whatever challenges that I've come through and come from. That's your light's contribution to somebody else's darkness. Your triumph over similar darkness, like that's what mentorship is all about, and what like this whole thing is about is how we all have triumphed. Some of us triumph in greater areas than others, but how we've triumphed through darkness, that testimony, that journey is your obligation, your duty to share. That's your testimony. That's your obligation. And planting that seed of light and hope and inspiration is you fighting on the good side, and you shining that beam to and for others. So guys, I'll see y'all next Monday most likely. Got a lot of work to do around here, so it's kind of hard to do these videos when I actually got real work to do. Not say this ain't work. This is my purpose. This work, but we got a lot of things that we're actually doing to live out these messages outside of words. Is my point. And so I'll see you guys likely next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. At Mr. J Morrison on IG Live, at Mr. J Morrison YouTube. Subscribe to the page, comment for sure. Let me know what you think about this video, as well as Facebook at Mr. J Morrison. Make sure you guys sign up, like or subscribe, whatever you do that on there. And let you know we're here at the Black House. It is a co-working membership space where you can actually have an office and your own desk downstairs. We have a cafe here. It's a co-working community, financial resources, training, all that, media space, event space. You guys can go to legacycenter.com if you're in Atlanta metro area and you want to get an address here at the Black House and work here and build here your legacy here with us. Legacycenter.com. For everybody that's getting tax preparation this year, our company, Legacy Center Financial Group, is actually giving a 3-night Vegas stay away, not travel, but the stay. 3-night stay for any new tax clients. That's legacycentertaxes.com. We'll give you a free estimate for your tax refund, as well as advance advances on your refund. That's legacycentertaxes.com. Give us a shot, guys. Doing great work in the community. And I have licensed CPAs and tax preparers who run that part of the business enterprise. And then for those who want life insurance, want to learn more about life insurance, get a free life insurance quote, we have legacycenterinsurance.com, legacycenterinsurance.com, and then as well as our other financial services. Guys, so again, legacycenter.com. And if you want to own parts of this building in our fund, our company, the first black-owned real estate crowdfund in the history of America, Tulsa Real Estate Fund, you actually own parts of our company and our entire portfolio, which includes this 30,000 square foot building sitting on 2.6 acres here in Atlanta, Georgia, East Point, Georgia to be exact. You guys can go to tulsarealestatefund.com and invest as little as $500 to get 10 shares or member units in our company, and again to pull our dollars together for the advancement of our community. There's more details, again, tulsarealestatefund.com. So we're doing the work of building, of restoration, of repair and recovery. We got a brand new African-American repair and recovery curriculum that's going to be dropping soon. Lots of trainings going on. We have classes on Saturdays here at the Legacy Center for home ownership and credit and business funding. So guys, get all that information at legacycenter.com. Thank you for joining me for another Money Church Monday. Shout out to EJ Production, Eugene Bush Morrison, for holding me down on these weekends. Queen Jazz, Queen Tam, and everyone else. For all my Shaniqua Nicole on the building. And then for all my mentorship students and clients, I will be on our mentorship call tonight at 8:30 p.m. So I'll be talking to you guys tonight on that. And for all my Jay-Morrison-Academy students, peace, what's up? Wednesday mentorship call this Wednesday. You guys, you want our real estate trainings, it's jay-morrison-academy.com. So we're all about economically empowering and offer us the resources we need to be rich on the other currency side. Building up our financial assets and our wealth while we are building up our frequency of light and love and doing it in real life. Like, you gotta really live it. That's it. You can't preach light and practice dark. That shit don't mix. All right, I'll see y'all guys next Monday Church Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Mr. J Morrison, I'm out.